Hello everyone, this is Neil from Digital Canvas. You can check the link in the description for more free videos on drawing and photo manipulation. Here is a sped up version of a tutorial. So this is like commentary as you see a sped up version of me coming up with Felicia from Darkstalkers, the video game, that cat chick. So that's the first thing I do is I do several sketches until I come up with something I like, and then when I have the final sketch I even rearrange it and until I get it just how I like it. Then I set, as you can see, that thing in the background for a second was the YouTube butt shot sketch I did a long time ago. I thought, hey cool, I'm going to use that pose and make it into Felicia. I make a layer underneath the sketch. This is important. Make sure you have a blank layer underneath your sketch. I changed my sketch using hue and saturation to like a brownish color. Hue and saturation, colorize. And now I'm just painting in the skin colors at the back. Now I'm using a separate layer to draw on top of that layer, to paint on top of that layer using a hard pen brush, so there's no opacity, just shape for pen pressure. Then I make another layer, and now I'm adding one more layer of shadows. And I don't know, I do this sometimes I don't use this technique. It just depends on the type of the type of style of art I'm doing. And this is more anime, and so I'm using this style here, but then I'm going to go in and fade it all using a soft brush. First I do all this to get it all how I want it. I could just leave it like that, be like cartoon, but I didn't want to, so. Now I come in with a soft brush, and I'm just grabbing the colors and blending them. You can look at my other videos to see how I'm doing that on my other real-time videos. And I teach how to do this and, how to use the soft brush and fade everything together. Because that happened so fast you probably didn't even see what I was doing, but in real time, my real-time videos, you can see it. Just go to my website and then go to the digital painting section. So click on the link from my website, go to the digital painting section, and you'll see I have a whole series there on painting a girl step by step in real time. Now I'm just going through, I'm fixing up details, adding like a yellowish color for highlight. And I'm doing the ears. Now I'm a separate layer again, a layer that's on top of the skin. I'm doing an almost white color, whitish purplish, really desaturated. And then I'm going to erase that where I can see, I'm not erase it, turn that layer off where I can see the white on black easier to see what parts I missed. And I use the hold the control key down and select the layer, and that brings the ants around it, and then that's how I did the shadow. Now on the layer behind everything, all these other layers, I'm doing the hair. Again, I'm using my pen tool, my pen brush, not pen tool, pen brush. That's a brush that's hard, and only the size is set to pen pressure. Opacity is not on. Once I get the shape I want, now I'm just back on the ear layer, throwing in the. Notice I'm merging layers too when I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready to merge them. That way I don't ever have too many layers at one time. Like all of this skin is one layer now. Now I'm just kind of going in and getting rid of the lines on the line layer and going over my lines with other colors. That way it looks how I want it to. Then now I'm on the hair layer. A front layer, line layer for that part, and then because that hair's in the front, and then I have the other hair in the back still, and I'll go in the back to do that hair. I don't like how her face came out so much, but I end up fixing it towards the end, so it looks a lot better, I think. I was going to do like, her bikini can still be shown, but it's not the right angle, so rather her hair would be showing from between the hole in her legs. At this point I'm just using a big brush to do that with the darker blue color. Using a big brush again, this is my horse brush, I call it this. I do most of my painting with this. Basically it's just a hard round brush, and spacing is default. The size is not set to anything, only the opacity is set to pen pressure. And notice on the hair layer I kind of threw up some of the, I kind of painted up some of the color of this, but the background into the hair, so the hair kind of fades into the background. It's kind of a cool technique, I like it. Now I'm just, adding dark little dark lines and light lines to make it look like hair is overlapping. That's like the consuming time part. Takes forever, but makes it look better in the end. But I don't put much detail on the bottom of the hair because it's kind of fading into the background. Okay, now all on the right hand side of her body, I'm making another light source, this kind of blue, which goes good with the colors I have. It's kind of cool to do that. You have like blue on one side and then kind of a pinkish, purplish for shadows on the other side, and then kind of a yellow for highlights. And I'm getting close to being done. I'm just kind of going over and adding little details here and there, adding some, light parts to the hair, make it look more magic or whatever. Now I have my brush, I turn the spacing way over and I put size on only to do the dots like that. That way I can draw them bigger or smaller just by pen pressure. Same thing here, using the same spacing brush. Just turn spacing all the way to the right almost. And now I'm using the dodge tool over the background layer to do that. So it looks kind of cool, kind of had this magical look to it. I didn't like the face, so I'm trying to figure out a way to fix it, so I decided I'm going to make her eyes big. Didn't like how that turned out, so I turned her eyes back small, and then I decided to put makeup around her eyes to look more like Felicia anyway. And that did fix her face a lot, but then finally I fixed her lips. I made her lips a little bit bigger and more poutier, and I think that kind of fixed her face for the most part. But still, overall, I don't know. I don't totally like her face, but it came out pretty cool. And now you're going to see it. And that's it, so there you go, that's the final version. Cool, so check out my website and the description there, appreciate it.